Yay, okay, I love that new feature. All right, so guys, hang on just a second. Let me make sure we've got some of the mute buttons. Here we go. Okay. And let me go back here. Okay. Do you guys see just me? Tammy, do you see just me? Because when I go back to, there we are. Okay. Okay, great. So sorry about that. So I love this topic tonight because it is the things that I figured out in the field that I think everybody needs and then some. So there's absolutely no order. I really wish that I had time to do that, but it's really like my brain dump for the last several days and just me typing it on my phone and then putting it on paper. And so I'm probably going to miss some things, but I know that Mary Ann's got a list going also. This might end up being a part 2. And if it is, that's okay, because these are all good nuggets, things to know that's going to help you in your business, save money, save time, and just, you're going to love it. First thing, all right. We all love those great little cloths that we get on section 2 for everybody to wipe their face off. But in reality, you have a big party, you do 2 a piece because we do our, we do our cleansing and then we use a cloth for that. We do our mask and we use a cloth for that. And before you know it, you've used 20 of them. There's 30 in a pack. I found that Viva paper towels, Viva, are thick. They're just almost the same texture. I keep them in my class bag. They're perfect. And so save time, save money. I just buy, a big pack of them, keep some here in my studio, keep them in my go bag, and I'm good to go. And I've got them in my storage. I think I have it right here in this little drawer right here, my extras. So I love the Viva paper towel rolls for, removing the cleanser and your mask during your classes. Second thing, preferred customer program. We do it 5 times a year. It's a must. If you don't participate in that, you will slowly start to lose connection with your customers. This is how you stay in front of them. You will see a surge during every catalog and product launch, that when the catalogs are mailed out to your customers, it's the cheapest form of advertising. I know I'm speaking to the choir, but if you're watching the video, you're not on live and you're new, you have to do PCP. Our fall PCP enrollment will start soon. That fall book will mail out in August. It will be here before you know it. All right, next thing, section 2 samplers. Those are your section 2 is samples and supplies. And before COVID, we had this wonderful little order form that would come in all of our books. You could get them in every order. I pray that they bring them back, but you can print them now. And you can see how you've got section 1. Section 1 is your retail, and it lists the retail amount, not your discount, but the retail. You get to the back and you see section 2, that's samples and supplies. That price is already your discounted price. And so section 2, when you hear us talk in section 2, samples and supplies. It's also your literature for your, team building, all that great stuff. Okay. That's where you get the lookbooks too, if you want some extra packs of lookbooks. Second thing, I'd never ever show lookbooks at a skincare class, ever. Never get it out, never show it. If you watch any of my videos, you'll know why I'm not going to go into that, but it's confused mind does nothing. So get rid of them, use a closing sheet. All right. Always work from a hot list. We all should be working from a hot list. That's something that we taught you when you're a new consultant. That's your brain dump of everybody that you know. And what I know is that if you keep going back to that, because you forget, you might meet someone and she's like, call me in a couple months, make notes, have that little notebook. Like, just like I have a special notebook that says Zoom, my Zoom training. I have a special notebook of the hot list people that you need to book, people you need to follow back up with for, the prospects for team building, things like that. And if God laid someone on your heart, honor that. He might be going before you, or he is going before you, opening a door for a reason. And you just don't be scared. Just say, hey, God put you on my heart. I've done that before, and I've got a new recruit, and so it was and it was somebody I knew, which is usually really very intimidating for me. But I called her. I said, hey, God put you on my heart the last couple of days. I even dreamed about you last night. I have to tell you what I think is happening. And she went to a guest event with me, and she ended up saying, why didn't you tell me about this book, sooner? Anyway, honor that when God lays someone on your heart, put them on your hot list, call them immediately. All right. Told you this was a brain dump, so want to quickly get to when you are new, the purple on the back of a bottle is combo to oily. Purple means combo to oily. There's little swishes on the back of our foundations and our skincare. Purple is combo to oily. Pink is normal to dry. Okay, and so you never give a dry person purple, and you never give an oily person pink. No. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. Know your stuff, though. You got to know why. Just like cream to powder, dry skin cannot wear cream to powder. Just trust me on that. There's a lot of things that dry skin cannot do. We can do a whole training on dry skin do's and don'ts. In fact, that would be a great training. All right, product replacement. If you don't know how to do product replacement, when you have a customer, like I've got a couple of things here that customers have returned, and I've got their colors back, laid it on here on my makeup table. Product replacement, I usually have a box underneath my desk, and I just wait until I get a few things, usually when they value about $75 to $100. And of course, I remembered who returned it. You go on to product replacements on the left-hand side when you log into InTouch. You got to have the part number. You got to have the day code. If the day code is on the bottom of, hang on just a second. The day code is on the bottom, and it's a 4-digit number. Sometimes it's 2 letters, 2 numbers. Sometimes it's 3 letters, a number, but usually it's 2 and 2. And you got to have that. You got to have the part number. That's what this is for. And you got to have the name of the customer, and her phone number. You don't need to fill out anything else. And so let's say these items were, I think, $16. Let's say they returned these $16. And so now I do why they returned it. Didn't like the colors. Now I have a $16 credit that I can put whatever I want at $16. That's why I wait until I have $75. And you can do give or take $2. So I'm going to do an eye makeup remover, a 17. Okay, so I'm going to find the eye makeup remover, the part number, the price, and the company's going to mail it to me. No tax, no shipping cost, nothing. It's and so that is product replacement. We back the customers 100%. They back us. And so always, always uphold the Mary Kay 100% buyback guarantee. You don't lose anything. Now I'm going to have a brand new eye makeup remover to replace for these things that I returned, and then whatever I switched her out with. And so that's the uniqueness of the 100% buyback guarantee. E-cards on your InTouch, okay? The e-cards are your friends. They're free, and this actually encourages you to input all the information in the My Customer portion of InTouch or your My Customer app. And so you can just go in there under Business Tools, Customer e-cards, and there's tons, hundreds. You can do products, lots of products. You can do motivation, or custom. You can customize. Anything you can do for your customers, and keep yourself in front of them. Use those e-cards. They're just so professionally done. And it also links it if you pick the right ones, because there's some with or without a website. And so if you have a website, you hit it says PWS, personal website. It will link that e-card. At the bottom will have your email address or your website address. All right. A creative way to keep up with samples. So just talking a little bit about samples earlier. So like your strips of lip gloss samples and your strips of lip liner, or no, lip gloss and lipstick samples, there's like a little hole punch at the top. If you'll go to a craft store like Hobby Lobby or Joann's, you will find one of those, it's like a keychain ring. You'll find the big one. You can loop that around and you can hook it on. And so it's a great way to keep all of your samples on that. I don't use that anymore because I have a color carrier. So if you look behind me, I like to carry it full size. And so I just pick that tray up, set it in my go bag, my class bag, and then I get the little applicators on section 2. Hang on. The little spatulas. I love these. You get 30 for 15 for 30 cents, super cheap, and you just scrape it off. You can also get your doe foot wands, and these are great for the concealer, great for the lip glosses. Those actually are in section 2. And then of course your sponge tip applicators. Those are there. And then your mascara wands. There are several mascara wands. Here is a tip for saving money. I only get these. These are, I think they're called the Ultimate Mascara ones. You get a pack of 30 for super cheap. I'll have to look at the price in a second. The other ones are super expensive. And what I tell people if I'm demoing lash intensity, which is usually when I'm demoing, I'm like, this mascara is wonderful. Look at the real wand, but I'm going to demo with a demo wand. It is not the same one, but you will be able to feel that this is a really high-end mascara. And they're like, oh yeah, I can tell. I'm like, once you get the real wand, it's going to be even better. And I don't have a problem selling lash intensity mascara with the cheaper demo wand. And so I get tons of those and have all those in my class bag. And I have them sitting out on my station in my studio also. All right. Building to 100 customers. I mentioned that the other day when I did a Voxer. That should be your very first goal, and that you should fight for that. Like fight for that within your first year of getting to 100 customers as fast as you can. That was my goal. I actually also worked to do 30 faces every 30 days because it was proven, and it still is proven, that if you do 30 new faces every 30 days for 3 years, you'll be a Mary Kay millionaire. All right. I'm going to kind of give you kind of what my first year looked like. I would hit 15. I would hit 19. I would hit 29. I was already a sales director before I actually hit 30. But guess what? It wasn't the 30 that was magical. It was the journey to 30. It was that 15 faces one month. It was the 19 faces. It was the 29 faces. It was the effort that got me to director and my very first car. Okay. So fight for 100 new customers. Okay. Now, virtual business cards. You can, from Pic Collage, you can build a really professional business card. I don't even order my business cards anymore because I am a chicken. And if I gave somebody my business card, I would not ask for their number back. And it was just me feeding the birds, and I'm just buying business cards and handing them out. So if I met somebody and she saw my badge, if you don't wear your badge, you should wear your badge everywhere. And you've got some really neat badges. If you want to get some really good cheap ones that have sparkles on them, it's called Badge Barn. I'll send you the numbers where I get mine. They've got zebra, they've got Mary Kay. They've already got the Mary Kay logo. You just put in what company, and they'll do the font, the Mary Kay font. It's got, if you've ever seen mine, I have rhinestones around them. I've got a black and a silver one. I've got a pink one. My next one is, I've been wanting to get the leopard, the zebra print, or not zebra, the cheetah, and the gold. So I need a gold one. Wear that everywhere. So when people see you and they're like, oh, I love Mary Kay, like, can I send you a $10 gift certificate or a $5 gift certificate? Sure. And you can attach it with your business card, virtual business card, and you text it to her. So guess what? With our business, when you have somebody's number, you have the power. But when you give somebody a card and you don't get their number back, they have the power. Take your power back control that lead. You can now follow up, follow up, follow up. Okay. That is the power of a virtual business card. So create one tonight, get yourself some really blingy, business badges. I'll send you the information. I think you can get 2 for $12. That's how cheap they are. And let's, just wear it everywhere. But when you are flashing who you are in your business, you got to have this on. You got to look cute. Even if you're wearing your yoga pants, if I'm wearing my yoga pants, I have on a nice zip up, outerwear. I've got matching earrings. I still have my jewelry, or I have a Nike. I'm sorry. That's a joke at my house and I messed it up. Yeah, I'll tell y'all what Nike means later. That's what I used to call it growing up in the small town. That's Nike was Nike. I know I'm redneck. Anyway, so we can laugh about that later. So build your virtual business card. All right, so let's move on. Keep your bags packed at all times. So that means that you have got to go ahead and separate and have your own personal products in your bathroom. Just go ahead and bite the bullet, pull everything you need off your shelf, and then have your bags packed. So my skincare bag is always packed. It has nothing of my personal use in here. This is what I use at all my skincare classes, okay? And then that's skincare and supplements. My glamour bag is always packed also. That's gonna be all my CC creams, my powders, my brushes, my concealers, my primers, mascara, all that, okay? So those are always, it's really heavy, those are always packed. And I have a big tote that stays packed. Y'all, for the first 7 years, I was a unorganized hot mess. So I hope I'm giving you hope that that was the one thing I changed, was I finally stopped working and using my stuff and just said, okay, because I didn't think I would ever have enough product. And so I had to stop being so frugal about that and just do that. And it was like, oh, it's always packed. I got an appointment tomorrow. I'm not stressed. I just bring my bag in here, sit it down, and I've got the rest of my stuff here. Now I have my studio stuff that's always here. I have my bag that goes in the car that's always stuff. And I have my personal stuff in my bathroom. Just do it. You're a business. It's a tax deduction. Everything you wear is a tax deduction. Everything you use for your business is a tax deduction. Remember, when you open a new box of something, you tear off the lid and you keep it in one of your mesh bags, all the lids, not the lids like the of the boxes. They're flat so that you can stuff that mesh bag full. And so at the end of the year, you just kind of add up all your demo deductions and all your personal use product deductions, tax write-off, okay? Mary Kay head to toe, okay? That's another thing you gotta bite the bullet on. Head to toe, Mary Kay. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, okay? I'm just gonna tell you, for the first time in 20 years, I was struggling with my skin this summer. It was my dry skin. I think it was from the retinol, was just causing me to be really, really dry. Nothing was sitting on my face. And I was trying every combination under the sun. And my children are like, Mom, what's going to happen if you can't wear Mary Kay? I'm like, it's okay. I'm going to wear Mary Kay. I have 5 other foundations I have 5 foundations that I can choose from. Don't worry. And so, my kids, Mary Kay is just who we are. And so I just thought that was funny. So head to toe, Mary Kay, you are a walking billboard, okay? And you've got to know what it feels like, how it wears on certain skin, how it wears on your skin. All right, always go for the win. Every month, there's a piece of jewelry to be earned. And when you get into the habit of winning, you own that skill of winning. And that's what that jewelry challenge is about every month, is you fighting to get that 600 sold and earned. And when you're hitting that every month, you are a star every month. That takes you, it's a next level selling. You're a star consultant every quarter. And so then that's another prize. And then you're a 4-quarter star, then you get that 5th quarter prize. And so, that's own the skill of winning, of finishing. Anybody can be a starter, but not everybody's a finisher. Learn how to finish. Finish each month with that 600 minimum in. Finish each quarter as a star. Finish each year as a fourth quarter star to get that fifth quarter prize. Okay. All right. Try the products of the month. So if you're new and you don't know what all the products are, start reading about them and trying them. Work on you first. So, that's what I did. I'm like, okay, I have this. When I was 32, I came into Mary Kay. Crow's feet, I've got dry skin. So I just started looking up, okay, I'm going to try this, this, and this. Then I started working on some other things. And I would have a product of the month that I would pull off, something new that I was trying. Remember, I was frugal. And then I would blast it from my customer e-cards that I told you guys to take advantage of. And I would say, trying a new product this month. This is what I'm featuring. This is what it's doing. This is what I'm loving about it. 20% off. So what that was doing was my customers were getting Mary Kay head to toe, just like I was getting Mary Kay head to toe, and they were falling in love with Mary Kay. I really believe that just that simple step that I took as a brand new consultant, that I took as me learning the product, and then taking it one step further and passing it on to my customers, have helped create this solid base of customers that I have that are huge reorders. I mean, I delivered a $300 order today. $300. That's, just, I got 2 more delivered tomorrow, and that was 120. So you see, just do these little things and put in the work, and it's going to pay you over and over. Give yourself a makeover. Okay. So just like I was struggling this summer, I was really working on trying different things to make different things work on my skin, and give yourself a makeover. The samples of the eyeshadows and the cheeks that you buy, they come in a sheet of 18. They are self-adhesive. And so what I used to do was, when we would get the lookbook out, I would copy whatever models I was featuring, because there's always 4 models that they feature. They used to feature 4 models. So there's 2 here, okay? And then there's at least 2 in this one. This is an old one. And I would take these and I would take them to Office Depot, and our Mary Kay discount is unbelievable. If you haven't gone to Mary Kay In Touch, gone to MK Connections and printed that card for Office Depot, print that card, they'll laminate it for free. Your discount is better than their employee discount. So I would, because I wasn't good at glamour, okay, I would take these looks and I would make several copies, and I would order my samples for these glamour looks, the 3 eyeshadows, the cheap color. And they're self-adhesive and they're perforated, and I would put them on, and I would lay them on the tables at my parties if I was doing glamour parties, and I would let everyone pick what their glamour look was. There was nothing that I could put together that would look as good as this. These are put together by makeup artists, and so take advantage of that. So this is how I got good at glamour. I don't know that I'm great at glamour, but this is how, I've kept happy glamour customers right there. All right, I'm going to stop with my notes right now. I think we're going to have a part 2. I want to turn it over to Mary Ann so she can let me get to the gallery and pin video, right, Mary Ann? Pin video? Yes. I can't hear you. Are you having audio? I think I can hear it. Go now. Can you guys hear her?
No, it shows she's still muted.
It's still muted, yeah.
Oh, can I unmute her? Ask to unmute. I did. I'm asking you to unmute.
There she is.
Okay.
So
with my lovely setup, basically, because I turned my other two screens off, my mouse was on one of the shut off screens and I couldn't get it to come down to this screen and hit the button. So anyway, okay. So just to add just a couple of things to what Michelle was saying, I did write down, she started talking about business cards, and when you make your own, she was talking about the gift cards. There are services now, actually digital ones. It is a paid service where they will, when you send a link that actually has your business card, it's an image that has your picture and your like your phone number or whatever. But when they click on that image that you text to them, it opens up basically like a website that takes them. It has a couple of links that you can pick. So for example, if it wants, they can choose to go to your actual customer website, or they can click on a link and it'll go into your Instagram, or it'll click on a link and it'll go into your Facebook group. So there is a totally separate service that is available where the digital business cards are actually live links. They'll take them right into your website. I honestly don't have one of those yet, but I know they're out there. So if you're super techie and that excites you, go there. Right now I'm with Michelle and I just have the pic collage and I just text it to them and I send it to my website and it's great. The My Customer app has a really cool feature where it will scan in your inventory. It's one of my favorite things. And so basically once you get your inventory, you open up your customer app, you click on the camera, and then it opens up a window. And I figured out, I just start from the bottom of the box. And I just start from the bottom of the box and I scan, and it just puts all your inventory in there and keeps track of that for you. So especially for tax purposes, keeping track of what inventory you have, don't have, starting here, basically you can edit what's in there, what's not, especially when you have customers who order from your website, or if you send it through the My Customer app out to them, or anytime you write a paper receipt, just enter it into your My Customer app as well. And it will, anything you pull off your shelf, it deducts it from your inventory for you. So basically you do have an inventory manager through the My Customer app. It's really cool. And then just in case you have customers who are doing the retinol, you'll notice at the end of each customer, there's a button that says start retinization process. And so once you give them the set and you've taught them how to use it, and they're like, okay, I'm going to start using it tonight. You say, okay, I'm going to hit your start retinization process, and I'm going to have reminders of when we need to follow up for, your every other week, 2 weeks, all that stuff. And so you will get reminders on how to follow up with your customers to give them the support through that retinization process. It's like nothing else out there. Like nobody has this, and it's amazing. That's why dermatologists in Allure magazine named us #1 for the retinol products. It's so amazing. With the applicators, I now get mine from Amazon. And so they come in like really big packs of like 100 or 500. And so that's always fun. So I get the eyeshadow applicators, they're dual-sided, and they still have the same consistency as the ones that Mary Kay sells. So I just feel like I get a better deal overall because you're buying them in bulk. The mascara wands are a little different, and there are different shapes available. So make sure you just I like to make the most economical choice, and I get the ones that look like the ultimate mascara wands. I like to keep those mascara wands, doe foot applicators, spatulas, the face cloths that are folded in some of the black zipper bags in my bag. And then I also have, because I go to a studio sometimes, I have candle holders that I've gotten from the Dollar Tree that are super cute and pretty. And so that's what I use to display on the table, is just glass metal candle holders to put out, and they're really inexpensive, and you can make sure everything matches or coordinates. All right, and then I was gonna say, you mentioned even if you're in your yoga pants, I put cute in athleisure. That's our new term. My sister and I, she's a stay-at-home mom, and all of her girlfriends, they call it their work uniform, is their yoga pants and sports bras and tank tops, but they do look so cute. They match, and everything's covered and tucked in. And yes, I always add the jewelry and the makeup, and everybody always tells me, you always look so nice. Half the time I'm like, I just rolled out of bed. No, I'm just kidding. Half the time. I think that was all the things that I added besides what you had, Michelle. So yeah, I know you got a whole nother list of stuff and we can keep going on and on. This is always a really fun one. But those are the things that I thought of as you were talking.
Okay, good. So I've got the rest for next week, but I do want to finish with, you were saying Amazon. So I get my bubble mailers from Amazon. Now I know that because of COVID, we had this really great deal for $4.95 shipping, customer delivery service. But I know that Marianne ran into this problem, and she's got a pretty teal one. And I ran into this problem that sometimes I would go to do the customer delivery, and that product was out of stock. Well, I have stock. I foresaw this coming last July, and I stocked up. That's why some of you asked me for things, and I have it. Because in July, I thought, something's about to happen. And that's just how I roll. And so I have these cute ones. Now, here's something I'll have to admit that I was slow to the ball game on. I had still been going inside the post office, but on a lot of them, like for this size, I would just put it in my mailbox with an orange envelope with money in it, and my mail lady would take it and weigh it and I would guesstimate on the money. Well, they've done that for 20 years for me. Yeah, they had to stop. And the lady called me, and she knew me from a party, so she's like, just go on to here's the last thing I'm going to teach you. I promise we won't be too late. Go on to the United States Post Office Service, and it's called Click and Ship. And I did it for the first time yesterday. I clicked it. I created my label. I weighed it. My husband has a scale because he's a hiker. Duh, I already had all this stuff. Weighed my packages. And I printed my label on just regular paper. I have packing tape. Okay, so I did all my packing tape around this right here. And then it says scheduled a pickup. I scheduled the pickup. Where you're going to leave it. I get to tell them where I'm going to leave it. Well, these fit. I had 2 of these size. These fit in my mailbox. So I said, we'll just pick them up in my mailbox. I don't want them running over my dog. But when I have larger ones, if I do, I will put them on my mailbox. But I always am very cautious about what I mail myself versus what I can get Mary Kay to mail for me because of that $4.95. Unless I'm running into, like, my package that I had to mail yesterday was $5.50, but it was stuff that was out of stock, and I had to mail it from my shelf. So if it had not been out of stock, I probably would have drop shipped it for $4.95 just to save the 55 cents. That's just me, and so always know that. Just be a smart businesswoman, have your supplies, and use the post office. I love it. Some of the other directors had recommended pirate ship, but here's the thing, they've got to make money somewhere, and I think they're charging you extra. So be careful using anyone other than the post office, okay? Because they've got to make money. They're still using the post office, so they've got to get their cut in. No need to pay extra when the post office is going to come directly to you. Pick it up. You can print it. Super easy. All right. So this is Did You Know Part 1. And next week will be Did You Know Part 2. And then, because I had such a great idea, I know we've done this before. I just want to make sure that we how to pack your class bag. I'm going to go back and look at that video and make sure it doesn't need updating. And if it does, we will update it. If not, we'll do another class. So next week is Did You Know Part 2. All right. You guys, good night. Have a nice evening, and I'll talk to you guys this week.